Hello everybody and welcome to Gaming with Zombie. Zombie here, and today we're doing the Tuesday chat with Butt to Punches. So Inishbu, this is just the weekly checkup video, mostly just chit-chatting and talking about random things. This episode, I'm actually going to talk about the Warcraft movie. So I went and saw the Warcraft movie and I loved it. I will say this, in terms of like movie, like for the average person to go and see, I sort of feel like it's not going to end up going over really well for like the average moviegoer. Like if your mom and dad were going to be like, let's go to a movie, and then you took them, they'd be like, what the hell was all that? What the shit? For people who actually are like Warcraft people, however, I feel like the movie did really well. It touched on all of the important characters, you know? We saw everybody who was important to Warcraft lore, which was so cool. I'm trying to find my friggin' remote control for my television, because this is so loud. I don't know what the hell happened to it. Oh, there it is. Finally. God. Okay, so, I feel like for the average person, they maybe would not have found it to be quite as enjoyable as I did. Now, my reasoning for that is because for somebody who actually plays Warcraft, like myself, you know what Goldshire is. You know what Stormwind is. You know all of these places and their relationship to one another. But if you were just the average person, you know, going and watching a movie in the theater, for that person, they're going to be like, okay, so there's all this rich story behind it, and I don't know a goddamn bit about it. Now, I don't feel like you should have to go and read a book before you go see a movie. That's just a personal belief. You know, you can disagree, you can agree, you can whatever. It doesn't friggin' matter. The point, however, is that I worry that it may hurt the movie franchise, because I am certain, after seeing that movie, that it is going to in fact be a franchise. You know, they very much so set it in a way that it definitely looks like they're planning sequels, and that's awesome. I loved it. Just purely based off of the fact that it was Warcraft, you know? It was all of these wonderful lore tidbits that I really enjoyed from the game, because I've always been like a lore person, at least to some degree. So it's really cool getting to see like all of that cool stuff. So this week we got Pachyphytum glutinous cow. Life is fleeting, death is eternal. Take that shit to heart, kids. But you know, it's just like I'm so excited at the concept of there being more Warcraft movie. Like, honestly, I'm so ready for like seeing the Lich King and where all that's gonna end up going, because it's gonna be awesome. Okay, like really it's gonna be super cool. Let's plan another Aeonium just for shats and gaggles. You know what? I have a lot of these plants and I never do anything with them, so I feel like we should just like plant them. And that way we'll have something interesting to look at when we come back. The movie jumps around a lot in the early portions. And I don't know if that's a good thing or not. I feel like that's a harmful thing, honestly. You see, like, I worry that it's going to be so many different places that when people see that movie, they're going to be like, oh, okay, where we're at now? What? Wait, where are we at now? I will also say this: I had a little confusion on one person's name. It's my other little tidbit. I kept confusing Anduin, who's also, his last name is Lothar. It's Anduin Lothar and King Lane. I kept thinking that they were, and this is just me screwing up because of derp reasons. I was thinking that, like, Lane was Lane Lothar. I thought Lothar was his last name. But I was wrong. And I actually thought that Anduin's name was Lothar. I don't know. It's weird. It just got a little confusing when people were addressing one another. I don't know. I was probably just so like rah, that I wasn't paying attention and I got myself confused. There were definitely some cool things, though. Ironforge, they had Ironforge in there, which was really cool, especially because you don't really think of Ironforge from the early stuff. At least I don't. They had Ironforge, they had elves, which was really cool. And at this point in time, they should have been, if I'm not mistaken, they should be high elves. Because the Moonwell hasn't been cursed yet. So that's my understanding of it. So it's really cool to have seen that, if that is what they're called. Let's see. I don't know. There was a Murloc. There's a Murloc in one of the scenes, so that's really cool. I just really liked it. As a movie, if I was just going, like, so oftentimes when I go to movies and I think about stuff, right, in the terms of, as a movie by itself, was this good? As a movie by itself, just standalone with no other information, I feel like Warcraft was an okay movie, right? For the average person who's going in there blind with no backstory, no history, no affiliation with the franchise whatsoever, I feel like they're not going to be like, oh god, that was so good. I don't think you're going to get that reaction, but I definitely feel like for people who were fans of the game, and honestly, between you and me, I feel like the movie may have been made for people who were fans of it. You know what I'm saying? I feel like this movie was made for fans. Yeah, they're okay if they get a little bit of money in from, like, other people, you know? But I just feel like this movie was intended to be like, hey, look, fans of Warcraft, take this, this is us, this is your thing, and enjoy. I'm sure there are people who are fans of the series out there that are going to be like, it was garbage, and they can go fuck themselves, because I really enjoyed it. So, maybe they didn't, but I did. Let's see. It was really neat, seeing... Trying to think of, like, the best way to say it without being spoilery. The design for characters was really good. Durotan looked awesome. When you first see Medivh, when you first see Medivh, he's kind of blah, but once he actually starts, like, getting in there, he has the raven feathered cloak and the staff with the raven on it. So seeing that again was just so fucking sweet, man. Like, I loved it. I did. I really genuinely was happy with how that movie came out. It just brought a smile to my face. I think that's about all I've got. Yeah. I say a solid 7 or 8 out of 10. Yeah. As a Warcraft fan. If you're not a Warcraft fan, probably a 6. It had big fights. The fights weren't especially cool or choreographed, but it had big fights and funny moments and raw moments. Cool shit. Gul'dan was designed so friggin' awesomely. Like, oh my god, I fucking loved Gul'dan's design. It was so cool. I think that's all. That's it. My last little thought. Hey Blizzard, if you hear this, which you won't, but I can dream. If by chance there was a conversation by you guys about doing a Diablo film, seriously, please do a Diablo film. Like, I'm actually over here like begging you, please. I would love a Diablo movie. It would be so awesome. Like, you have no idea. It would be fucking sweet. Well, that wasn't me on my knees begging for a Diablo movie. No, it wasn't. It wasn't that. Yeah. All right. So, this has been the Tuesday chat. I know it was actually just the Warcraft chat, but shut up, because it was awesome. Yeah. That's all I got. Thank you all for watching. I hope you've enjoyed this. If you did, make sure you leave me a like down below. Check out the rest of the page for other videos that I've done, because those are awesome as well. Tuesday chats are always good for just getting in touch with people. If you have any comments, make sure you put those down there somewhere so I can respond to you in the next Tuesday chat, because I'm trying to do that, but I haven't actually gotten any comments on there. Let's see. Oh, I threw that. I didn't mean to throw that, but I did. Check us out on Facebook, facebook.com/GWZombie. We post random shit on there. It's Facebook page, you know, whatever. Leave me a like on there, though, if you do stop by, so that I know that you came and visited, because that'd be sweet. Check us out on Twitter, @GWZombie. I post random things. All the videos get posted there as well. A lot of random information goes up on the Twitter, actually. Like, lots of surprisingly random things go up on Twitter, but, you know, it is what it is. Yeah. That's it, man. Check out them squishy brains that are on your screen right now. Squish them brains. Just do it. Just go ahead and click them squishy ass brains. Yeah. Do so. You'll be taken over the main page. You'll be asked if you want to do the subscription thing. Just freaking do it. That's it. Bye-o!